The 2018 National Rugby Championship has kicked off, and for the fifth year the Canberra rugby community will be represented by the Canberra Vikings, an extension of the Tuggeranong Vikings Rugby Club. Seen here playing in their heritage jersey, the Vikings will play the rest of their season in the club's red and black. In Canberra, the Vikings are an empire, drawing massive earnings every year from 3 clubs and numerous sporting teams across the Tuggeranong Valley. This revenue gives the club the power to have control of the Canberra rugby representative side's name and colours. However, the majority of Canberra club rugby fans and players exist outside of the Tuggeranong Vikings and 6 other clubs in the local competition. Many fans feel alienated and hesitant to support the Vikings team. Michael Axelson is the president of the Uni North's Owls. He says that there is a disconnect between fans outside the Vikings club.
I think there's probably good support for the concept of the team. I'm not sure that that translates into good support for the actual way the game is being played.
Michael knows that the Vikings' wealth is a significant factor.
And I think the issue is they're the only ones with enough money in town to do that, which is, it's all predicated on money these days, isn't it?
In the amateur days of rugby, the ACT was represented by the Kookaburras. Phil Doyle is a former player for the ACT.
The ACT Kookaburras, well, the Kookaburras became ACT Rugby. Originally we were just ACT Rugby, but we looked for a bit of a branding name and became the Kookaburras. And it was the representative side of the Canberra Rugby.
Phil says that the name and tradition of the Kookaburras has since died out.
Sadly, not much. It's a lot of memories. It's just disappointing that probably the name hasn't been continued on. It was a unique name when we came up with it, and it hasn't been continued.
He says that the Vikings name disenfranchises ACT fans.
There's definitely a big divide there across all club rugby. I know some of my vintage guys will not go down there and watch the Vikings play for sure.
Another legend of ACT rugby is former Wallaby Jeff Didier.
Well, I first played for the ACT in 1980, and that was when I debuted. Then with the advent of the Shoot Shield, that was in 1995, and I had 3 more years playing for the Kookaburras then, so up until 1997.
Jeff believes that fans struggle to support a club that they are in opposition of for the entire club season.
If you're a Viking supporter, you've probably never had the words, "Come on Vikings," come out your mouth. So therefore, it's not a natural fit. It's not a natural fit, and it never will be.
Though the Viking Sports Group may seem to be dominating the Canberra community in sports, their philanthropic actions can't be understated. OzHarvest is a food rescue organisation and the charity of the year for the Vikings in 2017. ACT manager Dave Burnett says the Vikings' donations were of great generosity.
At the end of the year, after the end of the 12 months, they donated over $63,000 to us. That's a massive donation. I mean, that's the biggest local donation that we've ever had.
Unfortunately, the Viking Sports Group has refused to comment on this issue. However, their contribution to the ACT community and the NRC rugby program has been significant. Though it must be said the majority of Canberra fans want the NRC side to return to its traditional colours and emblem. This is Eamon Moore, Now You See News.